What's up, everybody? Doc Dog 185. There's levels to this. I got a quick video for you guys tonight. How difficult should a video game be? I was thinking about this ever since the whole controversy that's going on with Elden Ring, right? And I was thinking about how I play video games myself. My goal when I play video games is strictly for enjoyment and entertainment. I don't play video games for the feeling of achieving something. If I do feel that when I'm playing a video game, like that's cool, but that's not necessarily what I'm playing a video game for. So I have no problem turning down the difficulties of a video game if I feel like it's taken away from me enjoying the game. The game that comes to mind right off the top of my head is oh my god, I literally just lost it. Ninja Gaiden. When I play Ninja Gaiden, for those of you that watch me play, I played it on Twitch. That game is a difficult game, and people were saying that Ninja Gaiden Black is even harder. Well, I played the one that's on Xbox Game Pass, whichever that one is, and bro, that game was to me was difficult, right? And I know there's already gonna be people judging me and all this other stuff. Listen, I don't care if you like playing really hard difficulty games and that makes you feel good about yourself. I'm not here to knock you. That's good. I'm glad that you found something that builds up your self-esteem. But video games don't do that for me. I just play video games for my enjoyment. That's it. But Ninja Gaiden was difficult for me. Like I remember, boy, it was rough. When I got to that final boss, it was so difficult that it felt like there's nothing I could do to beat this guy. It felt like I was never gonna beat this guy. So I went ahead and I turned down the difficulty for that final boss, and I beat the game, and I was happy. I was satisfied that I beat the game, and I enjoyed the game. I can still tell you that Ninja Gaiden is to me is a great game. Doesn't matter that I had to turn down the difficulty or not. Now, there's some games out there that you can't adjust the difficulty, and it is what it is. For instance, Elden Ring, right? So for me, Elden Ring, I played it, put 23 hours into it. After a while, I got tired of dying. I can't change the difficulty. I just stopped playing it, right? Somebody left a message saying, Doc, how you gonna play 23 hours? That's like the hypocrisy that you talk about Starfield and then say that Elden Ring is a bad game. I never said Elden Ring is a bad game. Elden Ring is not a bad game. I'm just telling you I got bored of it. Same thing with God of War Ragnarok. I'm not saying God of War Ragnarok is a bad game. I just got bored of it. It would be dumb for me to say that these games are bad games if I put over 4 hours into it. That'd be stupid, right? So, but you can still get bored of something that's good. Like that's fine. That's fine. You can get, yes, it's good, but I'm done with it, right? Have you ever watched a show that you've liked and then by season 5 or whatever, like, yeah, I'm just done with it. It's a good show, but I'm just done with it. And the same thing. Okay, so with Elden Ring, it's a good game, right? I can't say it's a bad game, but for me, I got bored of it. So I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. It's just not for me. That's all it is. But the whole difficulty thing, I find it very interesting because some games do difficulty right, some games do it wrong. Some games, when you increase the difficulty, they make the game feel better, more realistic, make you play the game differently, right? You can't just play reckless and actually make the game more enjoyable when you play the game on hard. Some games are like that. But then other games, raising the difficulty just makes things unreasonable or even worse, unrealistic. And a game that did that to me was Trek to Yomi. I remember I played that game on hard, and for whatever reason, even though we're both using the same swords, if I hit the dude with a sword shot, I would have to hit him 30 more times, and he would have to hit me. Even though it wasn't a super boss or anything like that, it's almost just like they had more health. Same thing with some shooters. Some shooters you increase the difficulty, and all it does is it makes the AI a bullet sponge. That's it. They just can absorb more shots instead of actually making them smarter, actually making them take cover and all that other stuff. That's what I'm talking about. If you raise the difficulty of a game, and there's a difference between when you have to sneak around and how easy it is to sneak around or not, then okay, that makes sense. If it just makes the enemy be able to take more damage in an unrealistic manner, then that doesn't make sense to me. If I'm playing Spider-Man and I'm going against regular humans, but I have the difficulty up high, and for some reason this regular human that's not a metahuman is taking 35 punches from Spider-Man, right? Who's a superhero with superpowers, that doesn't make any sense. right? And then sometimes lowering the difficulty will make the game feel more realistic, will make the game feel like it's supposed to feel. I remember for me, the game that I felt the difficulty on normal was perfect was Halo Combat Evolved. When I first played that game, and I talk about it all the time, I loved how Master Chief felt like Master Chief. He felt like a super soldier. I loved it. Another game that did difficulty very well was both a Plague's Tale. Like, she feels the way she's supposed to feel. She's hitting people with rocks, right? And if she gets caught, sometimes then she's gonna lose. Hellblade also does a great job. In Hellblade, you never feel overpowered. You never feel super. But the balance is just, it's just great. It's just there, right? So again, some games know how to do it. Other games don't know how to do it. I would tell you this: play the game at the set difficulty that the game has it set to, and then adjust from there. I would even say start the game on hard and see how you like it, and then drop difficulty depending on how it feels, until it gets you to a place where you're like, you know what, this feels right for what it's supposed to be, right? Some people just like to play games on easy and just run through the games like that, and that's perfectly fine as well. If you're just there for the story, that's perfectly fine as well. Right now, I'm playing another Crab's Treasure, and I was playing the game on its normal difficulty, which on its default difficulty, which is actually hard, and it just got too hard. So I went ahead and dropped the difficulty, and now I'm playing on story mode, right? And I still die sometimes, but at least it's way more manageable. So I'm gonna play the game like that, and I'll play the game as long as it's still entertaining me, and then I'll move on from there if it doesn't anymore. But I was thinking about this with Elden Ring. The video games that you're playing for you. You have nothing to prove. Trust me, I promise you, nobody really cares whether or not you beat the game on hard, on normal, or easy. Very small people care about that stuff. And the people that probably care about whether or not you beat it on easy, normal, or hard probably don't mean that much to you in your life anyways. So their opinion doesn't matter. If they think you're less of a gamer because you beat a game on easy, so be it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. The one of those games that you can't really change difficulties when you're playing multiplayer games online, right? Those you can't change the difficulty. You're just going to be matched up with whoever you're matched up and just go from there. So I'm just curious. Let me know what you guys think. Does this make sense? The difficulty of a game. How hard should a game be? Should all games have difficulty sliders? I think if you're not going to balance out your game, all games should have difficulty sliders. And that way you could pick whichever one feels right for you so you can enjoy the game. But then again, video games, whether you like it or not, they are artwork. And the artists are the developers and the programmers that make these games, and their intent, their vision is what it is. If they want you to see it this way, then that's the way they want you to see it. So if they don't want to put a difficulty slider on it, then you're just not going to have one. And if you're not supposed to be, if you don't want to gruel through it or whatever, then it is what it is. That's just maybe the way they intended it and they want it to be, which is perfectly fine as well. So just play the video games, enjoy them. I think it's cool that we have games that have difficulties already set and games that don't have them set. And I think it's cool that for those games where you just increase the difficulty, it's artificially just stronger damage or whatever, that we can turn that stuff off, right? Because it doesn't make any sense. If you're just saying I'm going to play a game on hard because it's cool to play a game on hard, but you got to shoot somebody with a full clip that's just a regular human being, that doesn't make any sense. Let me know what you guys think. DocDog1985. There's levels to this. We out. Peace.